Hi guys, today I'm going to do my top 10 books that I read in 2014. I will go in the order I read them in because sorting them out in order would be impossible. First up is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. I absolutely love this book. It reminded me so much of my first year of college and I really loved it for that. I think it was pretty realistic, obviously a little heightened reality, but Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, definite favorite. The next book is An Astronaut's Guide to Life by Chris Hadfield. This book was a great motivator just to keep working through it and keep pushing towards your ultimate goals. It was also a good insight on how to become an astronaut, especially if you aren't American. I thought it was really interesting. 5 out of 5 stars. Great book. The next is an older book, and that would be Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card. I was sort of pressured into reading this book, just told by my friend that I would love it, and I really loved it. The next is More Than This by Patrick Ness, and that book blew my mind. It's great going into it not knowing much, because where you end up is unbelievable, but amazing. I remember reading it during a power outage, and I was kind of creeped out, but it was also awesome. The next is Steelheart, which is the first book in the Reckoners series by Brandon Sanderson. Really loved this take on superheroes, and it wasn't the classic old superheroes. It was a little more like the TV show heroes kind of superheroes. I really like that, and I'm really excited to read the second book, which I have in my possession now. Next would be Where'd You Go, Bernadette by Maria Semple. This book was hilarious. I liked the Pacific Northwest setting, but also the references to Los Angeles. It's dysfunctional family to the max, but it's just really quirky and funny. Also heartwarming, and I really loved the voice and the tone and the humor. Everything about this book was great. The next was kind of surprising, and that is the $1,000 Tan Line, which is the first book in the Veronica Mars series by Rob Thomas. I really love the Veronica Mars show and the movie, and I was not expecting the book to be great because usually books based on TV series aren't as good, but it is the perfect continuation of the series beyond what happens in the movie. So it's a great way to continue existing in the Veronica Mars universe. Next book is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Amazing. Kind of another superhero book, but they're not like DC Marvel superheroes. Great book. Loved it. Very tense. I recommend Vicious to everyone. The next is The Martian by Andy Weir. I really like Mars, I really like space, and I like how this book was science fiction but pretty grounded in what would be still possible. It incorporates actual Mars history with us sending the rovers there. That equipment is incorporated, and it's described as Apollo 11 meets Castaway and set on Mars, and I think that's a pretty good description, and it's a really great book. The narrator is really funny and clever, and it's a great book. And finally, Lock In by John Scalzi. John Scalzi is becoming one of my favorite authors. The book was great, twists and turns everywhere, and I really liked the setting of this plague which locks in people into their bodies, and how the world deals with that. I think it was realistic in a part. Obviously it's still science fiction, but I decided I really like science fiction where I can still see how it is plausible. I only read 40 books, my goal was 50, but hey, that is still 40 more books I hadn't read before. Looking forward to what I read in 2015. Bye!